So the topic is hormones in animals. There are chemical or hormonal means of information transmission used in animals or human beings. Okay, so uh, the this is the diagram where you can follow all the glands. You can understand all the glands and you can understand all the different hormones, and we will discuss their functions as well. Okay, so the bodies of the animals and human beings are prepared for either fighting or facing that particular situation. Both are very complicated activities that will use a great deal of energy in controlled ways. Many different types of tissues will be used and the activities integrated together in these actions. Suppose the animal or the human being faces a scary situation. So they will have to face that situation or fight that situation, which will require a great deal of energy in controlled ways. So the preparation made by the body will be much easier if there is an adequate supply of these hormones at the right time. So if the body design in for example, the squirrel is only on electrical impulses via nerve cells, the range of tissues instructed to prepare for coming activity would be limited. Yeah. On the other hand, if the chemical signal were to were to were to ranging changes needed, this is done in many animals, including human beings, using a hormone called adrenaline that is secreted from the adrenal gland. So adrenaline is secreted directly into the blood and carried to different parts of the body. The target organs of the specific tissues on which it acts include the heart. As a result, the heart beats faster, resulting in supply of more oxygen to our muscles. The blood to the digestive system and skin is reduced due to contraction of muscles. That's why you might experience a faster heartbeat, okay, in such a situation. That is because of this adrenaline which is secreted directly into the blood. So the blood to the digestive system and skin is reduced due to contraction of muscles around small arteries in these organs. This diverts all the blood to our skeletal muscles. The breathing rate also increases because of the contraction of the diaphragm and the rib muscles. All these responses together enable the animal body to be ready to deal with the situation. Such animal hormones are part of the endocrine system, which constitutes a second way of control and coordination in our body. Okay, so that is the main thing which we are talking about. That is the adrenaline. You can look at it, you can see in the picture where is the adrenaline. It secretes the adrenaline. So now let us examine some examples to understand how hormones help in coordinated growth as well. Growth में भी तो help होती है ना hormones. तो कैसे होते हैं? So we all have seen salt packets which say iodized salt or enriched with iodine. Why is it important for us to have iodized salt in our diet? Iodine is necessary for the thyroid gland to make thyroxine hormone. So you can see that thyroid, Here it is. Can you see it? Yeah. समझ में आ रहा है आपको? आपको सुनाई दे रहा है ना ठीक से? Shall I go ahead? So why is iodine necessary? It is necessary for the thyroid gland to make thyroxine hormone. Now, what does thyroxine hormone do? The thyroxine hormone regulates the carbohydrate, protein, and fat fat metabolism in the body so as to provide the best balance for growth. To say the growth is balanced. So iodine is very essential for the synthesis of thyroxine. In case the iodine is not present, then what will happen? If there is a deficiency of iodine in our diet, then there is a possibility that we might suffer from goiter. That is a disease. One of the symptoms of this disease is a swollen neck. आपने देखा होगा किसी को जो ये प्रॉब्लम है थायराइड का, उनका नेक एकदम स्वेल हो जाता है, ठीक है? They have a swollen neck. So that is the same place where the thyroid glands exist as well. Sometimes we come across people who are either very short, dwarfs, or extremely tall and like giants. Have you ever wondered how this happens? Again, this is because of the growth hormone, which is one of the hormones secreted by the pituitary gland. Can you see the pituitary gland here? Yeah, yeah. It is secreted over here. As its name indicates, growth hormone regulates growth and development of the body. If there is a deficiency of this hormone in childhood, it leads to dwarfism. If you must have noticed many dramatic changes in your appearance as well as that of your friends as you have approached from 10 years of age to 12 years of age, these changes associated with puberty are because of the secretion of testosterone in males and estrogen in females. Okay, that is also seen in the diagram. Do you know anyone in your family or friends who have been advised by the doctor to take less sugar? किसी को बोला है क्या शक्कर कम खाना चाहिए, डायबिटीज है? सुना है ना? हाँ, किसी को होता है. So as a treatment, they might be also taking injections. अब ये इंजेक्शन किस चीज के होते हैं? ये इंसुलिन के होते हैं. Okay, so this is also a hormone which is given by the pancreas और इसकी deficiency की वजह से हमें ये डायबिटीज हो सकता है. इसके लिए अगर डायबिटीज होता है तो इंसुलिन बाहर से इंजेक्ट करना पड़ता है ताकि ब्लड शुगर लेवल बैलेंस रहे. So, as a treatment, they might be taking injections of insulin. This is a hormone which is produced by the pancreas and helps in regulating blood sugar levels. It is not secreted in proper amounts. The sugar level in the blood rises, causing many harmful effects. So, it is so important that hormones should be secreted in precise quantities. We need a mechanism through which it is done. The timing and the amount of hormone release are all regulated by the feedback mechanism. For example, if the sugar level is in the blood rises, they are detected by the cells of the pancreas, which respond to producing more insulin. As the blood sugar level falls, insulin secretion is reduced. समझ रहे हो कि अगर अगर जरूरत होगी वो हिसाब से हार्मोन्स बढ़े या कम घटाए जाते हैं. ठीक है. So this is about the different types of hormones. एंड आपको तो ये लग रहा होगा कि ये तो ह्यूमन बींग्स पे होते हैं, प्लांट्स पे नहीं होते होंगे. प्लांट्स में होते हैं क्या हार्मोन? किया था ना हमने उस दिन, वो सारे प्लांट हार्मोन्स थे. गिबरेलिन, टॉक्सिन, साइटोकिनिन, अबसिसिक एसिड, ये है तो सारे हार्मोन्स इन प्लांट्स है. एंड रिमेंबर दैट प्लांट्स हैव हार्मोन दैट कंट्रोल देयर डायरेक्शनल ग्रोथ. So what functions do animals hormones perform? On the face of it, we cannot imagine their role in the directional growth. We have never seen an animal growing more in one direction or the other, depending on light or gravity. But if we think about it a bit more, it will become more evident that even if animal body's growth happens in carefully controlled places, plants will grow leaves in many places on the plant body, for example, but we do not grow fingers on our faces and all. So the design of the body is carefully maintained even during the growth of children. तो जो जहाँ का पार्ट है वो वहीं पे ग्रो होगा, इधर उधर कहीं और पे से नहीं ग्रो होगा. So it is all controlled and coordinated. यानी क्वेरी आपको किसी को नहीं समझ में आया व्हाट आई एम सेइंग? इजी है ना? हॉर्मोन्स के बारे में कुछ नहीं समझ में आया तो पूछो. यस. तो इसमें दो इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन जो मेरे मन में आते हैं वो ये मैं पूछना चाहती हूँ कि डू यू थिंक दैट हॉर्मोन्स कैन बी सिक्रीटेड by the endocrine glands, but it can be present anywhere in the body? Yes, they can be anywhere in the body. Why? Because the hormones are secreted by the ductless glands. इसमें कोई ये नहीं होता है, डक्ट नहीं होता है ट्रांसपोर्ट करने के लिए सिक्रीशन. तो ये कहीं भी पहुंच सकते हैं. So these are production. These hormones are directly released into the bloodstream. So due to this, the hormones reach everywhere in the body through the glands. Secreting them are located in the particular place. Therefore, the hormones secreted by the endocrine glands are present everywhere in the body. Please write this. Give reason. Hormones secreted by endocrine glands. Hormones secreted by endocrine glands are present everywhere in the body. एवरीवेयर इन द बॉडी. आपने भी नोटिस किया होगा, ये देखो डायग्राम में एवरीवेयर इट इज देयर. देयर आर टिपिकल प्लेसेस जहाँ पे ग्लैंड्स हैं, तो कहीं भी हो सकते हैं और वो कहीं से भी रिलीज कर सकते हैं और हर एक का अलग फंक्शन होता है, बट दे आर प्रेजेंट एट द राइट प्लेस एट द राइट टाइम. ठीक है. हॉर्मोन्स आर सिक्रेटेड बाय द एंडोक्राइन ग्लैंड्स, also known as the ductless gland. Second point, the endocrine glands are ductless glands. The endocrine glands are ductless glands. These glands do not have any duct. Third point, these glands do not have any duct to transport their secretions. To transport their secretions. Fourth point, thus on production, thus on production, these hormones are directly, these hormones are directly released into the bloodstream. Released into the bloodstream. Fifth point, due to this, due to this, the hormones reach everywhere in the body. The hormones reach everywhere in the body, though the glands secreting them are located in particular places. Though the glands secreting them are located in a particular places, in particular places. Last point, sixth point. Therefore, the hormones secreted by the endocrine glands, therefore, the hormones secreted by the endocrine glands are present everywhere in the body, are present everywhere in the body. Have you taken this answer? There is another query like what is the reason that the insulin has been taken by certain. You must have come across some patients, right? As we have just discussed, who require insulin injections. Okay, why do they require insulin injections? Can you tell me? क्यों लगता होगा लोगों को इंसुलिन? बोलो, अभी हमने पढ़ा है, अभी हमने डिस्कस किया, कुछ तो बोलो, कम ऑन, जिसका कम ऑन. देयर इज द ब्लड शुगर, समथिंग कॉल्ड एज ब्लड शुगर, है ना? जब ये लेवल राइज होता है तो ये इट इज वेरी डेंजरस. ओके, तो इट हैज टू बी बैलेंस. इसको बैलेंस करने के लिए इंसुलिन सिक्रीट किया जाता है so that the blood sugar level in the blood is balanced. But some people, the functioning of the pancreas is not so efficient, and hence there is less amount of this particular hormone which is being secreted, and hence they have a very high blood sugar level, which leads to, which is also called, this particular condition is also known as diabetes. Okay, which is very, very, harmful for the health of the person. In such scenario, people are given injections of insulin. Okay, so please write the give reason. Insulin plays an important role. Insulin plays an important role in controlling the blood sugar, in controlling the blood sugar level. Answer: insulin is the hormone secreted by insulin is the hormone secreted by the cells of the pancreas, by the cells of the pancreas. If the sugar levels in blood rise, if the sugar levels in blood rise, they are detected by the cells of the pancreas, by the cells of the pancreas. Third point, they respond and produce more insulin. They respond and produce more insulin. Fourth point, as the sugar level of the blood falls, as the sugar level of the blood falls, the secretion of insulin is reduced. The secretion of insulin is reduced. Fifth point, by such mechanism, feedback mechanism, the sugar level of the blood, is controlled by the hormone insulin. Therefore, insulin plays an important role in controlling the sugar. That is from the question. ठीक है, देखो. Have you all written this? Okay. So shall we go ahead? अभी इसमें अगर this does not function properly, है ना? If it is not secreted in proper amounts, the sugar level in the blood rises, causing many harmful effects. तो वो लिखो, चलेगा, नहीं भी लिखा तो भी चलेगा, but you can write in the end. If it is not secreted in proper amount, the sugar level in the blood rises, causing many harmful effects. Okay. Clear to all? Okay, fine. So that is the end of this chapter. So we finish over here the chapter control and coordination. So we take a quick, a recap of what we have learned in this chapter. We have learned about the control and coordination, the functions of the nervous system and hormones in our body. The responses of the nervous system can be classified as reflex actions, voluntary movements, involuntary movements, and the differences we have learned. The nervous system, about the electrical impulses, the stimulus, the growth dependent movement, the growth independent movement, and how in the human being the messages are transmitted from one nerve cell to the other and finally to the brain, and how the muscles respond because of the effector neurons and the receptor neurons and so many things. So the nervous system gets information from our sense organs and acts through the muscles. Chemical coordination is key. Both implants, इसको क्या कहते हैं? जो अभी हमने हॉर्मोन्स पढ़ा है, इसका टाइटल होता है केमिकल कोऑर्डिनेशन. तो केमिकल कोऑर्डिनेशन सिर्फ प्लांट्स में होता है क्या, या सिर्फ एनिमल्स में होता है? नहीं, दोनों में होता है. ठीक है, हमने अभी देखा तो पूरा डायग्राम जिसमें कितनी सारे हॉर्मोन्स हैं और कितने सारे ग्लैंड्स हैं एंडोक्राइन सिस्टम में इंडिया एक इंडिविजुअल के. और प्लांट्स में तो हमने पहले ही पढ़ा था अपना प्रीवियस क्लास. Okay, so now we also understood the feedback mechanism which regulates the action of the hormones and how hormones produced in one part of an organism move to another part to achieve the desired effect. ऐसा नहीं है कि ये एक जगह प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है तो दूसरी जगह उसका इफेक्ट नहीं होगा. इसका कहीं भी कुछ भी इफेक्ट हो सकता है. ठीक है, आर यू गेटिंग इट? राइट. कौन से मेजर एग्जाम्पल्स है उसमें? पढ़े ना अभी हमने. बताओ आप कौन से मेजर एग्जाम्पल्स हैं? One is about the insulin, then about the growth hormone, then about the thyroid, thyroxine, or about the puberty, the testosterone and the estrogen. ये सबके अलग अलग इफेक्ट्स हैं और अलग अलग फंक्शंस हैं. They are secreted in one part of the body, but their reactive responses can be visible in any other part of the body as well. Okay, so now there are many things in the exercises and all which you have to be ready with. And when you come back, like now what happens is normally what we do, we give a, normally when there is no lockdown or something like that, we have our classes from the month of March, April, and May, and at the end of May, we give a 10-day break, and that is your summer break. Then we also give you uh, Eid break for 5 days for that. Because that time you keep on coming to the class and then it is a very long routine, 5 day week you have the classes and so on. But this time due to the lockdown, the classes have been curbed. The less classes, even you are in your comfort of your home. So I guess you don't require so much, long vacation or a break. But still, for we Eid purpose, we are going to give you 2 days break. Okay, one will be on Saturday and one will be on Tuesday. ओके, सुन रहे हो ना? आपको मैं छुट्टी के बारे में बोल रही हूँ. आर यू हियरिंग? सो यू विल बी बैक हियर इन द क्लास ऑन नेक्स्ट थर्सडे. ठीक है? ठीक है, हमारी ट्यूसडे की क्लास में होगी और हमारी ये वाली सैटरडे वाली क्लास में होगी. 2 दिन ब्रेक है आपको. ठीक है? फॉर योर प्रिपरेशन ऑफ ईद एंड फॉर योर सेलिब्रेशन. इज इट इनफ? Okay. So now what we will be doing is we will be having a test on Thursday. इसके लिए चैप्टर पर control and coordination. Be prepared. और इसके बाद I will be giving you the marks of all your 3 tests, last 2 tests of your previous science chapter and also of this science chapter. Fine. And as of now, we have another 25 minutes. So we will start with a new chapter, sources of energy. Okay. So please go to the chapter, sources of energy. It's a very interesting and a small chapter. So we better start it, friends, so that you can do some work at home in the break which you have. Lots of things for you all to do in the break. It's not a very small chapter, but still it's good. So in class 9th, we have learned about the total energy during a physical or chemical process or conserve. So when we hear so much about the energy crisis and so much about all these things, if energy can neither be created nor destroyed, we should have no worries. Do you agree? हम लोग हमेशा बोलते हैं ना, it's from one form to another, it is converted. Then why should we? No, it is not like that. We should be able to perform endless activities without thinking about it. No. Just a little tell me, if you recall that what we have learned about the energy. Energy comes in different forms and one form can be converted to another. For example, if we drop a plate from the height, the potential energy of the plate is converted into sound energy when it hits the ground. If we light a candle, it has a process which is highly exothermic so that the chemical energy in the wax is converted to heat energy and the light energy on burning. What other products are obtained when you burn the candle? The total energy during the physical or chemical process remains the same. But suppose we consider the burning of candle again, can we somehow put together heat and light generated along with the products of the reaction to get back the chemical energy? No, because from one form to another it has been changed. Now it will not come back to its original in the original form. Okay. So let us consider another example. Suppose we take 100 ml of water which has a temperature of 75 degrees C and leave it in a room where the temperature is 25 degrees. What will happen? By the principle of heat exchange, there will be the exchange of heat. The atmosphere will become a little, environment will become a little warmer, and in any other, there is another way of collecting all the heat lost in the environment and making the water hot once it has cooled it down. Okay. So in any example, what we consider, we see that the energy is usable form is dissipated to the surroundings is less usable form. Hence, any source of energy we use do work, it is consumed and cannot be used again. So that is that we never tell. We always talk about that the energy changes from one type of energy, one form of energy to another form. But do you understand that when we change it to a particular form and it is consumed, then what? It is used up. Then you can't do anything about it. And you have used up that energy. So you can't do anything about it. You have lost that energy. You can't have it all over again. Just like we took the examples now of light. So which has generated light energy. Now what will you do with the light energy? How can you get it back? Can you convert you have used up this light, right? You are using the light energy. So it is being consumed. So what is a good source of energy? Can you tell me in our daily life? क्या कौन से एनर्जीज होते हैं जो आप यूज करते हैं और आपको इनमें से कौन सी एनर्जी सब में अच्छी लगती है? आपको क्या लगता है बहुत ज्यादा यूजफुल एनर्जी कौन सी है? एनर्जी नहीं लगती है आपको रोज? यू डोंट यूज सम एनर्जी every day for performing of one or the other task? मोमेंट एनर्जी यू रिक्वायर योर मस्कुलर एनर्जी जब आप स्कूल जाते हो अपना बैग उठाकर लेकर जाना फिर लेकर आना दैट इज योर मस्कुलर एनर्जी एज अ सिंपल एग्जाम्पल ऐसे बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल्स होते हैं जैसे कि लाइट एनर्जी जो आपको रोशनी देती है द साउंड एनर्जी जो आपको म्यूजिक सुनाई देता है फिर जैसे कि आपको इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी जो आपका ये लैपटॉप चल रहा है या मोबाइल चल रहा है विच इज बाय द चार्ज बिकॉज ऑफ द इलेक्ट्रिक एनर्जी फिर heat energy by which form, I mean, press your clothes using the electric iron or just make the toast in your toaster or heat up your water in the water heater. So many things. So there are the different types of energies which are there in the various appliances which you have. So chemical energy is also used. Then also it's like for you running the vehicles and all. Okay, so we need to know how to select the source needed for obtaining the energy in a usable form. तो इसके sources of energy भी होते हैं ये energy बनाने के लिए sources भी होते हैं है ना तो कहाँ से आती है ये energy by the different minerals or fuels जिसमें से हमें ये energy derive करने आ सकती है but we have to do something about it we have to process it. So we get the required energy. For example, while selecting a fuel, we would ask ourselves the following questions. How much heat does it release on burning? How does it produce a lot of smoke? Is it available? ये तीन चीजें तो मेनली हम पूछते हैं कि हमें ये लेंगे तो अभी हम कुकिंग के लिए हम लेंगे कुछ तो एनर्जी तो वो कौन सी बेटर होगी शुड वी टेक समथिंग विच इज चीप वेरी वेरी चीप but it is spreading a lot of pollution and it's not easily available and it is making a lot of mess or is it easy or it is better to take something which is a little expensive but it is not giving pollution or it is not making quite a lot of mess so you would like to prefer the source of energy which is better in all these three aspects. For example, would you like to use the wood to cook food or would you like to use the gas cylinder which you would prefer? Nothing because you're not cooking. Okay. Which would you use? That is it. And which is another importance of the good source of energy, which will do a lot of amount of work for unit volume mass, or be accessible or be easy to store and transport, or perhaps more importantly, be economical. ये तीन चीजें तो बहुत सारी चीजें होती है डिपेंड्स अगेन ऑन मनी ऑल्सो कॉस्ट ऑल्सो बट आजकल तो लाइक यू कैन स्पेंड अ लिटिल बिकॉज यू हैव लेस टाइम एंड मनी is easily available. You have a small, good purchasing power, but you don't have time to spend on doing the tedious process. For example, like if you have a mixer grinder, so you would like to invest on buying a mixer grinder rather than sitting and doing it on the stone. The you know the fining of that masala, whatever you could do it in the mixer grinder. Okay, or to make juice or something, you would like to prefer a juicer as compared to making it with a hand grinder. Or something like a washing machine, which you would prefer as compared to washing your clothes by your hand. Of course, these would be a little expensive, but depends how much time they are going to save yours and how easily they are going to perform and how they are going to be making the life more uh, comfortable. तो अभी आप बता सकते हैं कि कौन से सोर्सेज होते थे पुराने ज़माने में और अब कौन से हैं?